Today on The Social, Meghan Markle goes bareface on the cover of Harper's Bazaar. Are makeup-free photo shoots empowering or just humblebrags? And women have spent generations building careers before families. Why some young conservatives are pushing back against a so-called priority problem. Then spark joy, not sticker shock. Stocking stuffers for your mind and body. Because when it comes to self-care, there is no naughty list. Plus, a dose of Canadian history, a dash of scandal for your next getaway. Homegrown hideaways where nostalgia meets comfort. It all starts now on The Social.
Turns out we're pushing records here today. We'd like to welcome Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and PEI.
Wow! The whole country's here.
Right? Where's everybody else? Y'all are missing the party because we're all here. Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's kick this off on a Monday. So Meghan Markle is on the cover of Harper's Bazaar. Not quite makeup-free, but pretty darn close. A writer for The Independent says, bare-faced photo shoots are meant to show bravery, but they're really just humble bragging packaged as empowerment, and it's not helping anyone. Okay, that's that person's takes. But are makeup-free photo shoots humble brags, or are they empowering? What do we think here?
You feel empowered?
I think they could be empowering for some women, women who, who are scared, to leave the house without a full face of makeup on. They might see some celebrities doing it and think, oh, I can do that as well. But I think we all don't look like Meghan Markle, do you know what I mean? And in which case, that's where I kind of have a bugaboo like the author did over the word brave. Like, is it brave for Meghan Markle to not wear makeup?
I mean, it is brave a little bit. It's not capital B brave, but I think it is a little bit brave. Just to take that as an option to some degree. Again, Meghan, it's hard to a couple of weeks ago, I went and I got a facial done, and I haven't had a facial done in a while, and it's a lovely treat. And as I was leaving this place, I said, oh, well, how much is that serum you used on my face? And the woman said to me, it's $400. And I went, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pass on that. And she said, well, yeah, it's a real skin vestment. And I said,
what does that mean?
But
what does that even mean?
What does that even mean? But this got me thinking about people who can afford things like that, people like Meghan Markle. So not only is she stunning and gorgeous, but she also has the skincare level that she's spending who knows how much money. That's not a regular...
Like, would you think it would be... I was thinking... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, let's be honest. She's not barefaced. She has makeup on.
She does?
But she has the makeup, no makeup look, which is she's not doing full lashes and contouring and all the stuff that we're accustomed to seeing. But her makeup artist is credited for this fashion shoot. So the fact that we've been saying she's barefaced, no, she's not. She still has makeup on, people. So I feel like before we go further, we just gotta call a spade a spade. She still has makeup on, but you were gonna say something.
Well, I can't remember now.
Okay. You know what?
I know. Would we call it brave if, like, I was thinking, I hate when people use that term brave if you don't wear makeup. Oh my God, you're so brave. Or brave if you take a photo in a bathing suit. You're so brave. That's not brave. That's just your body and your face. But then I softened up a bit and thinking of women. What if some women who have a great deal of acne or have rosacea, and it might be brave. It might be very difficult for them to go out.
You're talking to my teenage self. I had such bad skin growing up, really bad skin. I went all the the way on all the medications for it. I've been self-conscious about my skin my whole life. And so I leaned into makeup early, not just because I love makeup, because I grew up on the soap operas and always wanted to wear makeup. Thank you, Y&R. But also because as I got through puberty and I started to have really bad skin, makeup literally was the only way I could leave the house and go to school. And especially high school, like we don't have to think too far about how hard that is. And I struggled with my skin for a very long time. So makeup is also an armor for me. So for me to not wear makeup is brave because I'm so self-conscious about my skin. A couple of times over the years on this show, oh, that doesn't need an applause. You're very kind. A few times over the 13 years of the show, many times people have said on the panel, like you guys, oh, we should do a makeup-free edition of The Social. And I looked in horror. Are you girls crazy?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that would be brave. And we've done a lot of photo shoots in our career. We get to do fun things like that. I was with my girlfriends in Montana a few years ago, and we had this beautiful sort of bonding session with a woman who goes by the name of Nikki Magic. Her name is Nikki McKean. And
is that her birth name?
No,
Magic?
Nikki Magic, because she does beautiful meditations and retreats.
I love.
She's also a beautiful photographer, and she challenged all of us after we had this cathartic afternoon together to do a photo shoot with her without makeup. And I said, no, thank you, I'll pass. She convinced me, and I'm gonna show you. I'm not doing this because I'm not humble bragging. This took every ounce of me to pull out some photos where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go no makeup. Oh! Okay?
Yeah, come on.
But I'll tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I think about this. I'm not looking for applause.
It's a little bit of a
But you knew you were going to get applause, but you knew you were going to get it because you look good.
I know I look good. I didn't think that I would look that good. That's my point.
So was it a lesson?
And I looked back at it and I said, what have I been so tied up about for all of these years? I look amazing.
So what you're saying?
Wait,
I look amazing.
you know what's interesting? First of all, you do look amazing, but these conversations only happen when we're talking about a specific type of woman. We've had these conversations because Alicia Keys has gone makeup-free, Pamela Anderson has gone makeup-free, Lady Gaga, but these women are all conventionally very attractive. And I'll tell you who's been going makeup-free in Hollywood and it never sparks a conversation. Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
Yes.
She's been going makeup-free before Zendaya was even born. We never talked about it. Tilda Swinton, actress Tilda Swinton, refuses. And this is her natural face, and we never discuss it. And another wonderful actress, Frances McDormand, has been going makeup-free.
Right. Good point.
So this, to me, is speaking more about our, the box we like to put pretty people in, where it's like, you're pretty, so you're supposed to look like this.
Yep.
You're supposed to put the lashes and everything on, and I think that we have to look at ourselves and put that mirror in front of our faces and go, why are we giving her such a hard time for wearing makeup in a photo shoot?
Yeah.
'Cause she's just wearing less.
makeup-free on The Social tomorrow?
Yes!
Let's do it.
No,
I have
I'm
no
just
problem.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Let's do it.
Editors cut that and then do something with it. Make her have to do it. Okay, let's move on. Here's a question for you. What's wrong with having sex in a wool cardigan? It's like a Tuesday for me. But anyway, the internet is having a field day with a scene in Wicked for Good where Cynthia Erivo slips into this little number just as things are heating up between her and Jonathan Bailey. So this, if you were online this weekend, this cardigan caused quite the storm or the stir. So why do you think it's ruffling so many feathers or making us laugh and bringing us joy?
Okay, remember that mirror I just told you guys to hold up to your faces about, the way we judge women? Keep that mirror up. Keep that mirror up, and I want you to think about this. Why, when we think about a woman who's trying to be sexy to have sex with a man, she's only wearing a specific outfit? It's skimpy, it's crotchless, it's very uncomfortable, it's lace, it's red, and this is why we are pushing back against her wearing a cardigan. What's wrong with a cardigan? Maybe it makes her feel confident. Maybe there's a breeze in the room and she's like, I can't get to my orgasm if there's a breeze on me. We don't know, but I think it's completely changed my, it made me think about why are we making such a fuss? Because women are supposed to look like this when it comes to having sex
I hear you,
with
but
a man.
I think it's that cardigan maybe. I don't think there's
what's wrong with that cardigan?
I didn't see it, to be honest.
As a knitter, I'd like to know what you have a problem
I think it
with
looks
that.
it looks a little like it's falling apart.
I have a theory
right.
about why everyone was obsessed with it, because they took so much effort to build this fantastical world with CGI, with sets, with costumes.
Okay.
It's like a dream fairyland.
So you wanted
And then
Elphaba in a thong?
No, she comes out in a cardigan that looks like it's in the back of my closet. Do you know what I mean? And you're kind of like,
But she's
this
a
isn't the
witch.
land of Oz.
But she's
it looks
a
like something
witch.
from a Nora Ephron movie or something like if she pulled out an iPad. It's like, just checking the New York Times this morning with a cup of tea. Like, it doesn't fit the world.
But that's the thing. What world? The world that we have in our head as to what a woman is supposed to look like
no,
when
the
she's in
world
a
of Wicked.
Oz. Like
Well,
the
she's a
Wizard
witch.
of Oz.
She's a witch since when did we?
Exactly.
So what is a witch supposed to wear?
Well, witchy things out of the world of Oz. Like, everything else is so stylized and so over the top.
She wears a crooked hat.
Exactly.
So it goes with the cardigan, the hat, the crooked hat, and the loose cardigan.
I'll be honest. I had no idea what all the fuss was about because I haven't watched the second movie yet, but y'all are gonna make me want to watch it.
There you go. You're welcome.
Didn't know that there was such a thing. Okay, they're gonna keep debating. Up next, we're gonna go to break. Why many young conservative women are pushing back against the expectation that they build a career before having a family. This is gonna get spicy after this. We'll be back.
Tomorrow on The Social, inside the gay hockey romance that's about to heat up small screens everywhere. Stars of heated rivalry dish on Crave's groundbreaking show. This week on The Social, from red wine splatter to gravy disaster, garment care tips on how to clean your party clothes when it's not as simple as lather, rinse, and repeat.
We're back, everybody. We want to know what you have to say about all the topics we're discussing here. So I know we get into hot debates here, but we love to hear you debating online as well. So get us on social media.
Wait a second, Melissa. How much are the tickets again?
Oh my God, to come to the studio?
To come to the studio, how much?
That would be $3.99. Join us in studio.
See? No excuses. All right,
No
let's move on. Most of us grew up knowing that we'd have to focus on developing our career before having kids, but today many young conservative women are flipping that script. The comment section podcast host Reagan Conrad, for instance, discourages egg freezing. If we as women are putting our eggs on ice for a decade to make sure that our career is thriving, we have a prioritization problem. That's what she said. Ooh. So does the modern idea of establishing your career before family highlight a prioritization problem?
Oof,
Audience?
loaded.
That's a meaty topic.
Yeah. It's so hard to dive into that with that setup because it's so loaded with the conservative movement having so much business in women's ovaries, and I just have to say that part. It really is like had it. But if I take it away from that, far away from that, in terms of I can only speak for myself. If in an ideal world would I have wished that I had started when I was in my late 20s? Yes, I often
have a child?
To have a child.
Yeah.
I do wish that. I started in my late 30s, and the thing is that I stay up at night sometimes and I do the calculations of how old will Jaya be at this milestone? How old will I be?
Yeah.
And will I ever be a grandma? So it sucks on many levels that I started late. But the truth is that I wouldn't have been ready to have a child in my 20s. I wasn't ready. And I couldn't have stopped my career at that point without paying a penalty. Some people will say, well, how do you know for sure? Well, I don't know for sure, but I do know the way my career was in terms of a trajectory. And here's the thing, I spent hours and hours and hours in my 20s. I was devoted to my work. I went on weekend trips. You cannot do that as a parent if you want to be a good parent. So to me, it's which lane of crappy are you gonna choose?
But you also didn't, did it feel like you had to choose in your 20s, like when you were 25? Because it wasn't even really on your radar,
I wasn't
right?
even sure I wanted to be a parent in my 20s. I hadn't even come to that as a conclusion.
Thank God you didn't have a child.
I'm a better mom now, for sure. Thank God, exactly.
Because I'm in the opposite scenario. I get what you're saying about the math thing, and I think older moms. I was told I had a geriatric pregnancy, so just sit with that one for a second. Yeah, that was awful. But when you do that math, it can start to play tricks on you. Not only was I not ready, and I also didn't know if I wanted kids. Thank God I had Marqueza when I was 37. She has a life that I could never have provided her if I did that a decade earlier. Plain and simple. And that's number one, finances. Because I don't know if anybody knows in Toronto what daycare, costs are. I would have had to either give up my career or had to wait to be able to even afford childcare. Those are very real things. But also, the woman I am, the woman I was when I had her at 37, and who I might have been at 27, I'm giving her all of me, the best of me at this age. So this idea of choosing, I think that this is the problem when it comes to work and womanhood or becoming a parent, if you can even become a parent, if you even have a partner that you want to have children with. All of these things matter because it's not us that's broken. The system was never made for women who want to become mothers. So when everybody talks about this thing about we have to choose, why do we have to choose? Because the system was never made for us. So let's just flip this discussion.
And nothing has changed. And also, I'd love to have that conversation with her because she's assuming that every woman is married and settled and ready to have a baby by a certain age. And the reality is, there's some women who have to freeze their eggs because perhaps they had fibroids and they had to have a hysterectomy at a very young age. Or perhaps they just haven't found the person they want to have children with, because that's a very important, serious conversation and decision to make. And she's just assuming that every woman in her 20s is married, ready to go, has a great spouse, has parents who are there to be able to take care and babysit. And it's like, not everybody's life is so cookie cutter. So I wish that she just broadened out her thinking and just be like, don't just assume that everybody who's freezing their eggs is having the same situation. If you don't meet your partner till you're 37, 44, what else are you gonna do about it? Just make a baby with some idiot in your 20s just because this is the time to do it?
Please, no.
Ask somebody who's made that mistake. She'll tell you, don't do that.
I think you hitting on something. I think this highlights the problem of always putting all women into one box. There are women in their 20s who don't care about a career and they desperately want children. Then there are a lot of people who are the inverse of that. But thank you. But this stat, you guys, 75% of liberal women between 18 and 35 are childless, compared with 40% of conservative women. And 15 years ago, there was only a 5 percentage point difference between them. So that tells us something, and I'm trying to figure out what it tells us, but I think a big part of it is, it's maybe about worldview. It's not whether women want children more than other women. It's kind of like who feels more secure about bringing in children to the world right now. And I think that might be a big factor in this. There are a lot of women who are just like,
True.
Yeah, that's
Did you guys hear there was just last week, was it last week? Yeah, I think it was pretty recently. The New York Times released this article. Did women ruin the workplace? Did anybody catch that? Do you remember that whole? I mean, it caused a major backlash. They had to change the title of the article and podcast from "Did Women Ruin the Workplace?" and they changed it to "Did women
or did feminism
did liberal feminism ruin the workplace?" And there was this debate that the reason why the workplace is so woke is because liberal women come in there with all these things about child things, egg freezing, and I need my mental health breaks, and then
lunch breaks.
Those lunch breaks.
How dare they?
And the response was really interesting. There was a scholar named Reshma Saujani. She's the founder of Moms First, and her response was, "No, women didn't ruin the workplace. We just demanded it be fixed." So that is this idea of the problem ain't us. That's the bottom line. Let's take a break. A fascinating discussion. So let's take a break. And then, do we follow blindly those fashion influencers, maybe some of those on TikTok, without considering maybe their credentials? So one industry boss, she has a hot take on what she thinks about those influencers after this. We'll be back. Does it matter, though, how much a fashion influencer actually knows about the industry?
Yes, I think it matters when they start getting legit jobs and calling themselves experts. I think we're all good when you're in your bedroom trying on that fast fashion and walking down your hallway to like some little music, that's fine. But the minute you step into a real situation, and we've had that situation in television where we've had people be booked on a show because they are a fashion influencer with a huge following, and then when they get here and it's time to ask them questions or they have to dress real bodies, it doesn't go so well for them. And then we're like, well, you called yourself a fashion expert. So I understand where she's coming from because there's a lot more to fashion. I know it's a very frivolous business for a lot of people, but there's a history. It's connected to culture and politics and so many more things. And when you have somebody who walks into a space and they don't even know who, say, Donna Karan is, it's like, how are you in this space calling yourself an expert when you don't know who these people are or the history of the things that you are wearing? So I totally understand her frustration.
Yeah.
Does it matter at all? Like, I guess maybe who the audience is. Like, we know Kelly Cutrone. Like, I didn't know Kelly Cutrone from fashion initially because I watched her on The Hills.
You remember her from The Hills?
Yeah.
With Lauren Conrad and Whitney Port. Anyway, so that's how I knew Kelly, and then I found out that she was in fashion. But it's like saying, I get what she's saying, but to me it just sounds like, doesn't every industry or, space have the old guard criticizing the new guard coming in?
absolutely.
Like, is this a little sour grapes? Because I think to myself, if you know who Kaya Gerber is, does anybody know who Kaya Gerber is?
Oh, she's the daughter
She is the daughter of
Cindy
Crawford.
Crawford.
She's a beautiful, gorgeous, successful model. Our generation knows the real story. Her mother and the whole generation of the 90s supermodel. We know them, we lived it, we loved it. But there's a generation that follows Kaya who has no idea that Cindy Stinkin' Crawford was one of the supermodels that really changed the industry. So so we respect the history, where I get Kelly's probably like, these kids, they don't know. But you know what, Kelly? They don't know what they don't know.
But it also depends on the audience of who's consuming the influencer stuff, because it doesn't bother me that they don't know anything about fashion, because I don't even know the sound of their voices. I'm just looking at the pictures like, oh, a chunky sweater with loafers, I'm gonna do that at home. But I totally get Kelly, and someone who is deeply invested in fashion. I only compare it to maybe someone of my vintage who had a career maybe reviewing books or reviewing movies, and then they see these young coming uppers behind them who are being like, I am now a movie critic, I am now a book critic. I have read 10 books, and I have watched 4 movies.
Thank you.
And so that's why I can I can relate to Kelly just being like, there is ego in play. It's like, sir.
And how are you looking to the future if you don't know the history of what you're talking
that's an
about?
excellent point.
I agree. I mean, what isn't that the adage is like, if you can't, be an abstract artist until you know how to actually do
The drawing,
right?
Yeah.
But I think that in the weird way, in the influence, like in this space online, I feel like there's room for everyone, right? Like, I don't care personally when I follow, let's say, an influencer who's gonna show me how to do a capsule wardrobe. I'm looking for somebody who has like maybe a similar body type, someone whose vibe I like, whatever, good advice, I'll follow them, blah, blah, blah. But there's a difference between that person. Like, that person shouldn't expect to go to the Met Gala, right? Like,
But
it's
they
just
do.
about, I don't
think
know.
that's
It's
her frustration.
But I do think
they're getting
right,
legit jobs at Vogue magazine in these real spaces, and that's
But
the
right
issue.
in that interview, actually, later on, Kelly actually said there's a place for influencers. And so I think that there is. I think you just have to know your lane, and that's it. Like, know
You
where
know what
you're
we're saying?
And they don't.
I think,
they
again,
don't.
old guard, new guard, we just want to see the kids earning their place. That's what we want to see it.
We sound so old.
We do sound old, and I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. We all worked hard to be up here,
Yeah.
okay? We all worked very hard. After the break, well, that did just make me sound super old. After the break, everybody, Erica Work is back joining us. Speaking of fashion, she actually is a stylist and knows what she's doing, but she's today got great ideas for self-care stocking stuffers. It's so good. Don't go anywhere.
Jess, do you know why you're here?
Let me guess. Something about an amazing performance review?
No, it is not. Several employees have voiced complaints. Something about a Jane Austen birthday party?
Oh, yeah, that's the latest social chapter selection. It's an immersive, audible original, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And they launched it just ahead of her 250th birthday, and I was like, let's throw a party!
Well, employees complained.
About what? Having too much fun? About not finding an eligible bachelor with £10,000 a year? It's not a lot of money in today's currency.
No, some said you stormed into their office unannounced and tried to force them into costume.
Let me be frank. I didn't want to be the only one dressed up at the party.
There were other complaints. Producers said you tried to cinch their waists into the Austen silhouette.
So now's the time where you tell me don't touch your colleagues.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to say. Don't touch people. Also, was there an accident?
Okay, what I can explain. There's a lot of dancing in the Jane Austen books. Only I'm not as practiced as the Bennett sisters.
Jess, what have you learned here today?
I probably should have let my colleagues finish the Audible original so they were more in the spirit of things. Did you know the first download is free?
Jess, what is the moral of this story?
Leave the drama to Jane Austen. Mm-hmm. Are we done? Mm-hmm. I'll be leaving then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody. So the holidays are wonderful, but they can be really busy and exhausting as well. So I'm here for anything that can help us lean into things like self-care, especially if I don't have to source it out myself.
All right, Ryan, are you listening? Are you watching? Here with the ultimate self-care stocking stuffers, please welcome back to the show our friend Erica Ward. Hello. Hi. Okay, Erica, as you know, I'm a huge fan of prioritizing self-care. So why do you love this for as a theme for stockings?
To be honest, it's to hold myself accountable because I often do not prioritize self-care. And as we end 2025 and make our way into a new year, I want to be more accountable because it's not a luxury, it is truly an essential. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we all have issues with that. Yeah. So I wanted to create a lovely capsule of goodies that will inspire you and will help foster that self-care attitude. And right now is the perfect time to shop thanks to Amazon's Black Friday week deals. The savings are incredible. And for those of you watching at home, you simply scan that QR code you see on the screen right over here.
Yeah.
And it'll automatically send you right to shop all of these goodies today.
Oh, let's start, shall we? Let's start. Okay, we're gonna start at the top of our head, hair. You know me, I love my hair. It's my mojo, it's my everything. So this, you started with a shampoo, and this one is a very special one. It's got a metal detox, and it's by L'Oreal. So what is this?
Well, I felt like this was a great place to start because, listen, we all gotta wash our hair. So this is something that in the self-care realm, it is easy to dive straight into. This is fantastic. It's ideal for color-treated hair or damaged hair, as the metal detox formula helps remove copper particles to prevent breakage and color fading. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
Studies have actually shown that people who use this regularly have experienced 87% less breakage compared to other styles of shampoos.
We love that.
That is insane. It also, of course, creates more vibrant and shiny hair. And right now, thanks to Amazon's Black Friday week deals, it's 30% off.
Okay.
What a deal.
Good savings. Good savings.
So next up, you've got a serum to help us care for our skin. So what do you love in particular about Vichy's Mineral 89 Serum?
Okay, well, first and foremost, it's got hyaluronic acid.
Oh, yeah.
Anything with hyaluronic acid is your BFF. And this is another really easy thing to add into your daily routine. It can be used morning and night before you moisturize. So after you wash your face, you pop this on, and then your moisturizer after. This is really brilliant, especially because it's got volcanic water as well.
Okay.
So that instantly hydrates and strengthens the skin's moisture barrier, which is so important this time of year, especially because the air can be so dry. It's dermatologist approved. It's fragrance-free, it's suitable for sensitive skin, and it's a really easy step, as I said, to add in. Right now, you're getting 27% off thanks to Amazon's Black Friday week deal. So good.
You've also brought a serum that helps us actually depuff and massage our eyes. So talk about what Clinique's all about eyes serum is all about.
At 8 months pregnant, I'm already barely sleeping, and soon to be not sleeping at all when the baby comes. So, Corey, I hope you're watching because this is an essential for me. This is really cool. So you can use this day or night. alone or under makeup to help brighten and visibly depuff under your eyes. It's a gel serum. It's instantly cooling, and the roller
It is
ball,
cooling.
right? Isn't that
I
cool?
love it,
got a
actually.
nice
You can
roller
imagine
ball.
waking up after like maybe a festive party and just being like, ah.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
That's the move.
Yeah.
And the rollerball applicator is so easy to use, and this week you're saving 30% off on Amazon.
Yes.
Wow, 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 wow.
Okay, we want to have great skin. I also want to have a strong body. And this next item is like you are speaking to me because I am touting always to anyone and everyone who will listen. Everybody should be strength training. Every single one of you. Okay, so I'm so excited because you've got, in terms of our self-care suggestions, strength training and aging powerfully, which is my thing. These are the Yes for All neoprene dumbbells. Tell us about
Yeah, so I actually bought these 3 years ago after I had Audrey because I realized I did not have time to go to the gym anymore, so I had to do it at home.
Yeah.
This comes as a 2-pack in varying weight options. It's also made of cast iron, but then coated with neoprene. So it's anti-slip and very, very comfortable. And like, again, I know our lives are so busy, but this is something that you could easily do while watching TV, doing a quick arm workout, a quick leg workout, and it can make all the difference. And right now, you're getting 25% off during the Amazon Black Friday week deals. What?
Obsessed.
So good.
Obsessed.
So good.
Well, you know, to support muscle building, you need protein. That's the other part. Strength training and then protein. And this is a great stocking stuffer. So up next, you've got us helping to meet those protein goals with the Blender Bottle Pro Series Shaker Bottle. What does it do?
Say that 5 times fast.
Say that 5 times. What does it do?
Listen, I will admit, Melissa, you are constantly in my brain about protein. I know it's so important, especially as we age, but also important for my daughter, and we've been obsessed with smoothies. This is fantastic because you can do it on the go. So it has liquid measurements on the outside. It has a wire whisk ball on the inside. So all you have to do is add your protein powder, add your water, shake, 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 and it's ready to go. So something you can easily take on the road to make sure that you're getting enough protein every day. And right now, 30% off on Amazon. It's under $15.
Wow.
So
Okay.
good. Okay. So good.
Good stuffer.
Your next stocking stuffer will not fit in a stocking, but who cares because it's going to be a hit. What do you love about this shiatsu neck and back massager?
I mean, what don't you love about a massager at home? Again, this is something that is so important for self-care, is getting massages. We don't always have the time. But, so why not take it to home? So this is really great. It's got 16 massage nodes. It's got 3 speeds, and not only can you use it on your neck, your shoulder, and your upper back, you can also use it on lumbar, legs, and feet. So really, it's for your whole body.
Really good,
It
guys.
also has a heat option that you can turn on or off. And right now with Amazon's Black Friday week deals, you're getting 25% off.
That's good.
Oh my
Such
God.
a steal.
This is amazing.
I'm gonna get one for my parents too,
It is
honestly.
so heavenly,
Yes.
honest to God. You know, Erica, I've actually been thinking a lot about in 2026, I want to indulge my inner artist more. And I think that's why this next idea is so great in terms of self-care. So talk about why these Sharpie creative markers are a great option for that.
First of all, I love that that's one of your goals for 2026. That's brilliant. I used to also be so into painting and drawing and all that when I was younger. And then as we age, we get too busy and then our hobbies drop off. Thanks to Audrey, I've gotten much more into it because she's at an age where she is obsessed with painting and drawing. So this is absolutely on my list. It has 36 water-based markers with paint-like ink that will not bleed through paper, which is incredible. And not only that, you can use them on wood, ceramic, metal, glass, rock, canvas. It goes on and on. Basically, you can use them on everything.
Cynthia is going to be doing
I don't know what I'm doing
We
here,
only
guys,
have,
but I'm fun.
Erica, we
Yeah, we
only
gotta go
have
quick.
1 minute left.
Perfect,
So we got to get
perfect.
2 more products in. This is awesome.
It's
Thank you.
so good.
So
Sell
up
it.
next, listen, this is something really interesting. Mushroom-based everything seem to be everywhere.
Yes.
So tell us more about this Real Mushrooms mushroom hot chocolate.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is great for the holiday season because you want to indulge, but you also want to be healthy.
Yes.
This is a mix that blends heirloom cacao with 5 different organic mushroom extracts that are designed to support overall well-being and boost your immunity.
Ooh,
So
I
and
love
it tastes
this.
delicious. You simply take the 1 scoop of the mix, add it to either like hot water or any milk-based product you like. You could even pop it in your coffee for a little mocha.
Nice.
and you're indulging while also being healthy at the same time. It's a
So
win-win.
nice. And not mushroomy at all. Like, that's really great. That would be weird, right? Yeah. Okay, last but not least, you brought us another way to stay warm throughout the winter months. What do you love about these magnetic rechargeable hand warmers?
I mean, it's the most brilliant invention on the planet, in my opinion, especially if you live in Canada. I love to downhill ski and be outside as much as possible in the winter, but it can get so cold, and no matter what quality of glove you have, it's never enough. So these will heat up in just 5 seconds.
It literally is 5 seconds.
And will stay warm for 4 hours. It has 3 different temperature settings on it, and it's rechargeable.
Oh my gosh.
And guys, right now, 23% off.
23% off. Great suggestions, Erica. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember, all you have to do is scan the QR code to link directly to all of these products and other incredible savings as well. Amazon Black Friday week deals are on right now, but the deals will not last, so make sure you check them out today. Up next, everybody, historic hotels in Canada that you'll want to add to your travel bucket list. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, so nice.
Canada is full of hotels that may look ordinary on the outside, but have an unexpected or even juicy past hiding on the inside.
Ooh, well, here to show us properties where hospitality meets heritage in the second part of our Homegrown Hideaway series, travel expert Heather Greenwood-Davis is back.
Hello. Okay, Heather, we're going to dive right in, and we're starting out west with a hotel that celebrates a less told part of Canadian history.
Yes, I'm so excited about this one. This is the Fan Tan Hotel, and it is a great example of a salvage stay, these ideas of renovating old buildings so that new guests can experience them. So this is a boutique hotel that's located in Fan Tan Alley, which is the second oldest Chinatown in North America, in Victoria, BC. It has the narrowest street in Canada. The widest part is 3 feet, and there are 3 buildings that make up this hotel, each of them constructed at different times by different people, and all of them celebrating Chinese-Canadian families. So the first building is the Sheeman Low building. That's on the corner. It's built in 1887, one of the first buildings owned by a Chinese person. The second is constructed by Li Meng Kao. It's 1901 to 1902, traditional Chinese shop house. And the third is a tenement building, which, stick with me, Sing Lee owned this building. He ran the grocery store in building number 1, and these are his kids out front of the building in 1900. So just this great celebration of Chinese culture.
And I understand there's a gambling den in there as well.
There is a gambling den. So it is now a 1-bedroom suite that you can stay in. But Li Meng Kao's former apartment eventually became the Shake Hand Club, Chinese social club in 1908. Great things to know about Li Meng Kao. He was one of the first leaders of the Victoria Chinese community. He was the first head of the Victoria Chinese School. He started as a laborer and became one of the wealthiest families out there. He had a herbalist shop and an opium factory. It was okay to have that back then, not so much now. And the suite reflects both the den and the apartment.
Wonderful.
I feel like sometimes the best hotels are the ones where you don't have to leave to have a really great meal.
This is a great example. So the Ugly Duckling opened in 2023. It was actually one of Canada's best new restaurants by En Route magazine.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
That's gorgeous.
All right, so we said juicy. You said the next hotel has a bit of a scandalous past. What's next?
It does. So this is Bombay Peggy's in Yukon. Great thing. It's in Dawson City, which is a great little town, built in 1900s. Had a few owners, but one of the most remarkable, Margaret Vera Dorval. So she was known locally as Bombay Peggy. And the reason she was known that was because her boyfriend was an aviator, and he used to drop her gifts from the Bombay doors of the aircraft.
No.
And that's how she got her name. She took over the property in the 1940s. I love this. She ran a bootlegging business and a brothel, because she's a woman of many talents. I mean, 1998, it was taken over by another woman, Wendy Cairns, and she's moved the property over. It's now a historic inn and pub.
That's
Wow.
I hear also that the official opening of the property was pretty memorable.
It was. So it opened in 2000, and they actually brought in a priest to, you know, clear the air. So it's fine now. It's been blessed. It's all good. It's got a great pub. It's got a sexy martini menu. It's fine. You can
All right, next we're heading to the Prairie Provinces to visit Regina's Castle. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this is Hotel Saskatchewan. It's in Regina, and it was opened in 1927, and it actually is one of Canada's iconic railway railway hotels. It was built by the Canadian Pacific Railway. If walls could talk, Queen Elizabeth II, Paul McCartney, Celine Dion, Rolling Stones, all of them have stayed here. They've got cute, gorgeous rooms. They've got every day at 5 this fantastic event called The Ritual, where they hoist a glass of whiskey in circa 27, the lobby lounge there, blow a train whistle, and celebrate their legacy.
So that's very cool. I love
That looks beautiful as well.
So let's move on to Ontario. What sort of great historic place did you find here?
Fantastic. In Prince Edward County in Picton, it's the Royal. It is such a gem. This is a jaw-dropping renovation. They received the Paul Oberman Award for Adaptive Reuse at the 2025 Architectural Conservancy of Ontario Awards. It celebrates thoughtful transformations of heritage places, and this is definitely that. The property actually also has some political connections. Greg Sorbera, who was Ontario's former finance minister, his family owns this property.
Yeah.
And Sol. Yeah.
That is so cool.
gosh.
I mean, we got a little glimpse of the rooms. Can we see more of the rooms?
Absolutely. And because this place, before they took it over, it had this really raucous history, right? It was built in the 1800s. The rooms reopened in 2022, 28 gorgeous rooms, 5 suites in the adjacent Royal Annex. Some of the rooms have fireplaces, some of the rooms have standalone soaker tubs. It's been awarded a Michelin key. It's got a spot on Condé Nast Traveler's Best of the World in 2024.
Gosh.
You just can't go wrong. Great food, great
We have
spots.
about a minute left, and there's some perks for the foodies, I understand.
Yes, you are like walking distance to Slicker's ice cream, and if anyone knows Prince Edward County, you got to go to Slicker's and have the s'mores ice cream. Absolutely.
Okay, gotta try that.
You've got a restaurant on site. It's award-winning. Edwin Country Farms is supplying it, which is also owned by the Sorbera family, and they've got, I mean, everything here. You've got a bar and a spa and a sauna and a bakery on site, and you're going to be very happy.
That's fantastic. Once again, Heather, you stopped by with so many great recommendations. Thank you so much. So informative.
Amazing.
I'm ready to go. Ready to take my next trip. You guys stay right where you are. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There's never a dull moment at The Social.
We are going to have one heck of a time.
With hot takes and fiery debates.
I'm too old for Leonardo DiCaprio anyway.
We dive headfirst into juicy conversations.
Where are his wild oats now?
No topic is too messy.
I'm gonna blame all of the boyfriends that I've had.
No discussion too heated.
That is an invasion, in my opinion.
We break it down and stir it up.
Is that a red flag?
Just real talk and fresh opinions. Unfiltered.
It's hard.
Unexpected.
This conversation has changed significantly.
And always entertaining.
Are you guys having a good time?
Watch The Social, weekdays at 2 p.m. on CTV.
All right, tomorrow on The Social, holiday toys for all the big and the little kids in your life. 'Tis the season. Plus, hold on to your seats, the stars of Crave's heated rivalry. They're going to be dropping by to chat about their super hot, extra hot, white hot new hockey romance series. It is, you're going to be hearing a lot about this show.
Our producer who's producing that, she had to watch this show at her desk, and she had to apologize to everyone going by because there's like a lot of stuff going on. I was like, what are you doing at work?
Are they wearing a sex cardigan?
Yeah. Great question.
But are they wearing a sex cardigan?
Thank you so much for joining us. See you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.